Hey folks, Drunken Homemaker here, and today I am doing a tour of my garden. A little bit of information about my garden before we get started is I have an urban garden in a city, and we are a zone 6 here in my zip code. And let's see what else you need to know. And special thank you to my friend Sarah, who is behind the camera with her amazing camera, so that I can bring you this tour where it actually looks good. So I guess we'll start right up here in the front. This is my little area of sedums. And actually I'm noticing now there's some clover right there in the middle, you know, great for pollinators, considered a weed. The sedums are great because they are obviously drought tolerant. You basically set them and forget them. I just make sure that when I plant them up with wood chips at the base, and that really gives me the drainage that I need. And they're kind of they just look like this. I don't really do anything. I don't fertilize, I don't water them. So this is why I'm such a fan of having sedum in the garden. And as you can see right now, there's a lot of yellow blooms coming up, but very soon there's going to be beautiful pink ones. So I have a lilac here. And this one just bloomed. It's all bloomed out. I'm sad that we missed the bloom time on this one, but it smelled amazing. It's so beautiful. It's a Korean dwarf lilac, which is great because it won't get much bigger than this, which is perfect. Here I have a rose that has actually reverted back to the rootstock. So if you look back there, it's kind of like this old-timey rose. So I think it's reverted back to its rootstock. That one is coming out pretty soon here. And in the middle, I just ripped out a forsythia because I had a lot of green on green on green in the back, and I wanted something different. I have a feeling that a smoke bush is going in there, but I'm not 100% sure. And then in the corner there is one of my favorite parts of this garden is my limelight hydrangea. Proven winners nailed it with this one. It just looks amazing. It has season-long interest. You can keep the blooms on it throughout the winter time, which I obviously do here because if I don't, I have nothing to look at for the winter. Such a beautiful plant, one of my favorites. So basically that back layer is a work in progress right now. I guess I'll take a moment to address my porch is very quickly here gonna be redone. As you can tell, it desperately needs it. And that's the only reason why I haven't put in the new plants, the plants that are gonna be replacing, just because I don't know what's gonna happen with what I have there already with the porch being redone. Anywho, and then I have some pretty hanging baskets up there, which I'm really pleased with how they're looking. I don't know where they're gonna go when the porch is being redone. Let's talk about this layer. My favorite thing, I think, in this front area right now is the lamb's ear. If you take a look at it, it did get nailed by the hail that we got just like a little while ago, but the lamb's ear for me is just, it looks good all season long. So the salvia is doing great. I'm gonna cut it back pretty soon here because it's all bloomed out. It's so loud. This is Liatris. This one is beautiful. I love it, but you have to be careful with where you're gonna put it. It is a very prolific self-seeder. I've got some sage here, some purple sage. My favorite, I talked about the lamb's ear, and then I've got some coneflower coming up here, a really pretty purple one. And then this Weigela is really beautiful with its pink blooms. And I like it because of the dark foliage, which I am noticing that I need a lot more of. That's a thing that I'm sort of missing right now, is sort of that beautiful red to burgundy color. Also something that I want to talk about, it's not looking as beautiful as it did maybe like a week ago, but the dianthus, I think these are neon cheddar pinks. They're one of my favorites because they have that beautiful blue foliage, but then it has those beautiful neon pink flowers that I just think it's such a pretty combination. This is my Eden rose, and I am obsessed with her. She's beautiful. I waited a really long time because I planted this one as a very small plant last year. And so I finally, just literally 5 days ago, got my first bloom, and it was worth the wait. Yeah, I wanted to just show this bloom because it's so pretty. I'm obsessed with it. And then this clematis is giving me life right now. I don't know what variety it is, but it's doing really well, and it's one of my favorite color combinations. You've got the purple, the really dark purple with the chartreuse green in the center. It's got the most beautiful little center that once the petals fall off, it still looks good, and that's what I love about clematis. These are my little planters with my little Alberta spruce. This year I decided to go with, I think these are called Kermit petunias, and they're really pretty because they match the door, and they have like this beautiful green on the margins, and I'm obsessed with them. I really like them. I'm really glad I went with these. I wanted something that was going to mirror the color of the door, and I think these do it perfectly. So yeah, I'm really happy with this. I kept it pretty simple. I did that, and I did Dichondra Silver Falls, which is getting eaten up by the flowers right now. Eventually you'll be able to see it. Right now it's being eaten alive. This area I'm sort of meh about, to be honest. It's very green right now. I've got an Alberta spruce that may or may not be crooked. I haven't decided yet. It may be crooked, it might not be. Every time I look at it, I'm sort of like, are you crooked? Whatever. I've got a euphorbia that's really lovely, but it's also green, you know? So there's no contrast. It's just green on green. I did put in some red coleus here that will hopefully break up, you know, the green. And then I have my burning bush that in the fall will be this beautiful, like fiery red. Love it. I'm so excited about that. And I did plant a little arborvitae. So it's pretty brand new. It's very, very tiny. And yeah, it's not doing much of anything right now, but we'll sort of see. We'll see how it goes.